Alright guys, I wanted to show you the spacers I'm making for a friend that's down in Texas. This is the bike that they're going on, so I'm going to be buffing them on this video. Hopefully you like it. Alright, so here's a couple of pictures of the process that I did machining this. I've got some turning operations here. That was a center drill. What else we have? Just some facing. Basically did some, I don't know, everything you can think of you need to do for this part. Drilling, facing, turning, boring, chamfering, chamfered each edge, put a 45-degree on those. Pretty fun little project. The only reason I'm talking is I wanted to let you know that this isn't all photos. There's going to be some videos coming up, so hang in tight. They should be starting here in just a few seconds, but I wanted to show you guys what I did along the way to make the parts. Should have made a video, but I didn't. Alright, one quick disclaimer. I was using a GoPro here, and I did not expect you to see my self without the shirt on. Wide angle view. My bad.
These are going on I think it's like a 1978 shovelhead chopper. Old army friend of mine is actually building this bike. So what's going on is this one's going to be a spacer for the wheel. I think the outside diameter is 1.25 inches. This one is, I don't know, a little over 2 inches. I forget what the exact size was. It's got a 7/8 bore on the inside. I've chamfered all the edges for it. This is going to go on what I think is called the head tube or something. It's wherever the forks connect to, and this is a spacer. Since I guess he's used parts off of maybe different bikes or something, he needed a couple of things made. So he just sent me a scribble on some paper of what he needed. I'm making these, and he sent me a picture of the bike, and it's really nice looking. And so what I'm going to do is polish these, and I don't actually have a polisher set up in my garage, so I went on eBay and I bought a little Baldor 3rd horsepower 110 volt motor for a bench grinder, and then I went on Amazon and I bought some buffing wheels for it. So I'm just gonna put that in a vise and then try to buff these for him, make them shine a little bit better. Then I'm gonna ship it to him. So it was a real nice application, so I wanted to make sure he's getting a nice quality looking part. So I ended up buying a rim piece of I think it was 6061 aluminum for these, and I got that I bought that from a local machine shop. It was actually a 2 3/4 inch piece that was about 6 inches long, and yeah, so there's quite a bit of waste to make this part. Not too bad, but that was the only piece they had, and it's about $30 for a section that big online. So I think I was able to get that for around like $20 or something like that. So anyway, wanted to show you the process of someone that doesn't know what they're doing, buffing these, hopefully to a nice mirror finish. Okay guys, I've got this buffer hooked up now and it's running. It turns out I was kind of wrong earlier. That motor started to smoke because I thought I had just figured out the situation earlier, because I've got these wires. Sorry, this is noisy. Anyway, got these wires down here. Let me see if I can get this camera in there. There you go, you can probably see it. Anyway, I've got a red, black, and white. Okay, it turns out or at least I think, that that black wire is just a bump for this little motor to get turning. And I had it soldered to that damn red one earlier, and so it got up to speed, and then about, I don't know, a minute later or 30 seconds later, the motor started to smoke. I was like, well, pretty sure that's not good. So I shut it off, I did some looking, and I found out that that might be a bump wire. So, and I'm probably using the terminology wrong and all that stuff, but anyway, what I did was I touched off that black and the red to get this thing spinning, and once I got it spinning, I disconnected the black one and just left it hanging there, so it's a nice electrical hazard. And the deal is, I've got to get these parts done for this guy so I can send it off tomorrow. It's Sunday today, so I need to do something to get this done. So I bought a little buffing wheel kit, and I threw those on there. I don't have time to machine nuts for here, so what I did just to keep these buffing wheels on there is just threw some electrical tape on there, and did maybe 10 wraps around that. It's just enough to keep them from flying off and, you know, going all over the shop. And then what I've got this hooked up to is just a cheap speed controller. I got this on Amazon for 20 bucks shipped. You can control your speed. So right here, I've got a dial. You plug it into the wall, and then you plug whatever you want, that's 110, into the outlet there. And then you can just control your speed here. Okay, that's full speed now. And then I've just been buffing on this little piece a little bit. You can start to see it's getting pretty shiny compared to before, which this was before. It looks like this. So I don't know anything about buffing stuff. The rattling you hear is this cheap handle. I should make a bushing for it to make this tight, but anyway, I don't know anything about buffing, but I'm getting this figured out. I bought a kit of like 4 of these different buffing compounds, and I have only used this course wheel here a little bit. I just put a little bit on there, and I've just been putting significant pressure against this guy here, putting it through that buffer. And that's it. And it seems to be getting shiny, so that's good enough for me. I'm sure it'll be good enough for my friend down in Texas, and everyone will be happy. So I guess this isn't really a how-to video. This is just showing you how I approached it. This is how I approach most everything. I just go and give it a shot and hopefully don't screw it up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Once I'm done buffing this, I'm just gonna get my little punch set out. I'm gonna mark it with USA and ship it down to Texas, and let this guy finish building his chopper. Yeah, he's going to a combat veteran, just got back from Afghanistan, and you know, he's been talking about building this chopper for a while. Be good getting this over to him. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out a little bit. You can start to see this thing's getting nice and shiny. Alright, I'm going to show you the process on this little one because I think it's going to go quick. So I haven't buffed this one at all yet. This is only a 1/3 horsepower grinder, so I'm able to slow it down pretty easily, but it seems sufficient for doing a small job like this. I tell you what, this part is getting hot as hell. Should probably use a tool to hold this or something, but I'm not going to do that. Holy crap. I could very easily just make a dowel to hold this on my lathe. But oftentimes it's not really about what the best way of doing it is. It's just about getting this job done. I don't want to spend too much extra time making that little dowel hold this. Could even wear like a glove or something. There's tons of different things I could do that would make more sense than burning my fingers.
All right, well, overall, I think the project went pretty good. First time actually buffing anything like this, and yeah, I got to use some new tools.